Good afternoon, and welcome to the College of Education Convocation for Spring 2019. My name is Denise Spangler, and I have the privilege of serving as the Dean of the College of Education. The college was founded in 1908 to bring teacher education to the state of Georgia. Since then, we have grown and matured as a college, branching out into fields as diverse as speech pathology, athletic training, sport management, and student affairs leadership. The mission of the College of Education is to enhance the well-being of society through scholarship, teaching, and research. We are committed to accomplishing this mission by promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion for all people, conducting research that makes a difference, using innovative approaches to teaching, and improving the lives of people in Georgia and beyond. We achieve our mission through the hard work and dedication of our 4,000 students, over 1,000 of whom are graduating this semester, and our 250 faculty and 150 staff members. Students, you have truly been part of something special here at the College of Education. Whether through service learning, research internships, student organizations, or other avenues, you have been part of making the world a better place. I want to share a few statistics with you to help you put into perspective what you have achieved. A study from Harvard University showed that fewer than 7% of the people in the world hold a bachelor's degree. And according to the U.S. Census Bureau, only 9% of the people in the United States hold a master's degree, and only 2% have doctoral degrees. So stop and think about that for just a minute. You're indeed among a very special and select group of people for what you have accomplished. And you didn't just earn a degree. Many of you have provided important service to the community through your service learning activities, contributed to building knowledge through research, or broadened your own horizons with experiential learning opportunities such as study abroad or internships. Sitting among you are students who have started nonprofits, created a school supply closet for your peers in need, funded a scholarship in memory of a classmate, and contributed hundreds of hours of volunteer time to organizations on campus and in our community. Some of you earned your degrees while working, taking care of your children or your parents, or blazing your own trail as the first person in your family to attend college or graduate school. While you have indeed accomplished something extraordinary by earning an undergraduate or graduate degree, I want you to remember that you're among the very privileged few who've had the opportunity to earn a degree. Thus, it's incumbent upon you to use your degree to make the world a better place. This is a day to celebrate you and your passion for learning and helping others. To help us mark this special occasion and to give you an image of the future you have ahead of you, we always invite one of our distinguished alumni to address our graduates at Convocation. This year's speaker has had a remarkable career, and we're honored that she is with us to celebrate this special occasion. I'm now going to ask Dr. Allison Neely, clinical professor in the Department of Communication Sciences and Special Education, to introduce our Convocation speaker. Dr. Neely's specializations include students with special needs and literacy instruction for these students. She's been honored many times for her exceptional instruction, both in the classroom and online, and for her community service activities with organizations that support children with special needs. Dr. Neely, please come introduce our Convocation speaker.
Good afternoon. 13 years ago, a former student in my department named Laura Whitaker invited me to serve on the board of a local nonprofit organization called Extra Special People, or ESP. Laura had recently been named executive director and was building the organization in her own image after the passing of its founder, Martha Wiley. I had no idea at that time the journey Laura was taking me on and what an honor it was going to be to participate. Extra Special People provides children and young adults with developmental disabilities an opportunity to thrive through summer camps, year-round programs, outreach, and family support. When Laura was named executive director of ESP in 2006, it was operating on a limited budget and in danger of closing its doors due to lack of funding. Through Laura's vision and fearless leadership, ESP has grown in ways no one could have imagined. Today, ESP operates out of a 14,000 square foot independently owned facility, owns a 70-acre accessible camp in Jefferson named Camp Hooray, and provides post-secondary workplace training through its Java Joy mobile coffee cart. ESP now serves 425 families across 30 counties and touches countless lives of volunteers, counselors, and community members. Laura continues to be relentless in her pursuit of improving the lives of people of all abilities. Recently, she served as inspiration for bringing Miracle League to our area, giving children the gift of accessible baseball. She continues to grow programs with a dream of never having to turn anyone away due to space, location, or finances. Through her passion and dedication, ESP's potential and outreach is truly limitless. In addition to being a proud double dog, earning both her bachelor's and master's degrees from UGA, Laura has been the recipient of numerous awards. She was named 40 Under 40 by the Atlanta Business Chronicle, the UGA Alumni Association, and the Athens Banner-Herald. She was the recipient of the Super Citizen Award, the Volunteer of the Year Award by the Oconee County Chamber of Commerce, and was recognized as one of UGA's top growing business leaders, ranked number 12 among the Bulldog Top 100. Recently, Laura was selected to participate in the prestigious Leadership Georgia program after having been involved locally in Lead Athens. She also just filmed her very first TED Talk right here at UGA. Laura is a dreamer, a giver, a mother, a wife, a leader, and I am proud to also call her friend. Congratulations to all of you graduating today and to your families. It is an honor to now bring Laura Whitaker.
What an incredible honor. Thank you, Dean Spangler. Thank you, Allison, for the mentorship that you have given to me. What an honor to stand before all of you and definitely to you graduates today. So I've been in your seat 2 times, and I'm well aware that you probably will not remember a word that I say after today or even my name after this weekend. However, my hope is to inspire you today to recognize the greatest teachers in the world who will continue to inspire you throughout your career. So how many of you graduates are over the age of 19? Raise your hand. Okay, so congratulations. You will make far less mistakes than I did in my first full-time job. I was well-intended, but I was also 19. After this weekend's many celebrations, many of you will be officially adulting for the first time. And those of you with advanced degrees, you've been there for quite some time. So while doing so, you're going to be paying your car payment maybe, arriving to work on time, managing your finances, maybe even maintaining a yard. And along with adulting, you're also going to become aware of some interesting adult perspectives. I bet you can remember a time that your parents said, "You'll understand when you're older." It seems that as we age, we have this expectation that our perspectives will change, and we assume that these perspectives will be wiser. But what if we lose something special as our perspectives change? For example, what do you think of when you hear the word daffodil? The average adult would respond with spring and yellow and beauty and sunshine. Now, what do you think of when you hear the word dandelion? The average adult would respond with weed and weed killer, nuisance. Do you still remember back in the day when you were 5 years old and you enjoyed a dandelion? You may have picked them from your yard and wove them together into a necklace or a crown, or picked them in seed form and blew them to make a wish. You see, children see dandelions in the same way that adults see daffodils. They see them as beautiful yellow flowers, and they see joy, not nuisance, in the attributes of a dandelion. And this, I have found, is the exact same view that the average child has on people with disabilities. We can all use the common childhood experience of a dandelion as a reminder to shift our perspectives back to the heart of a child. So as Allison mentioned, I was still very much a child myself, an 18-year-old college student, when I started volunteering for a nonprofit called Extra Special People. I, too, was subject to South Campus, and I think it's no coincidence that our building is called Adderhold. It definitely had a hold on me for many years. At the time, ESP served 60 individuals with developmental disabilities through 6 weeks of summer camp. I fell in love as a college student at ESP as I served as a summer camp counselor after the first year of college. It was that same summer that our founder and our director was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. She passed away 3 short months later. And during that time, the future of ESP was uncertain. I had the opportunity to step in as the executive director at the age of 19. While I was certain my future would include teaching, fate and opportunity saw otherwise. I have learned that oftentimes your greatest ability is your availability. Now, years later, I am certain that sometimes you choose your job and other times it chooses you. And in my case, it definitely chose me. ESP now serves over 425 families in 30 counties throughout Georgia. We do this with 11 full-time staff, over 1,000 volunteers. Many summer camp counselors and volunteers are here sitting in this room today. We have 10 weeks of camp, 20 after-school enrichment programs, and ongoing family support. You see, ESP is not a service, it's a way of life. It has not only transformed the lives of people with disabilities and their families, but it has transformed the lives of an entire community. The growth of ESP has contributed to my personal growth and my family's growth. As I've raised 3 children without disabilities, I've had several profound experiences that have opened my own eyes to see the shift in a child's mind to the shift in an adult's mind on difference and disability. So one afternoon, I arrived at my son's after-school program. I was so eager after a long day's work to pick him up. And I came up from behind him and I overheard him and his friend talking. His friend said, "My mom's a doctor. What does your mom do?" I stood there waiting for Owen to respond. And my 5-year-old said, "My mom works at ESP. Do you know what ESP is?" And the kid shook his head no. And then Owen responded with, "Well, it's like, if you're really cool, then you get to be in a wheelchair. And if you get to be in a wheelchair, then you get to go to ESP." I stood there in profound admiration because this is nothing that we had talked about nor anything I had ever taught him, and it had nothing to do with what I instilled in him, and it had everything to do with the fact that he was simply a child. He was 5 years old, and his mindset had not yet shifted. In his mind, and in the mind of an average child, they see disability as something cool, something positive, something intriguing, something dandy. But many of us, we can feel awkward when it comes to interacting with people with disabilities. We as adults can be disenchanted by difference, or it may feel awkward to us. We may feel nervous engaging an individual in a wheelchair, afraid that we might hurt them, and in doing so, we miss the opportunity to compliment their intellect or their adorable outfit. We may see a tantrum in a restaurant, not realizing it's not a lack of parenting. Rather, the individual has autism. And in doing so, we miss the opportunity to recognize the abilities of that child and that family. Or we may be intimidated to talk to someone with Down syndrome, afraid that we might offend them or their family. And in doing so, we miss the opportunity to see the joy in which they see the world. By shifting our perspectives back to that of a child, we see opportunities in those around us. So what's interesting to me is that in the last century, we have begun to look at the dandelion as a weed. For many centuries before us and in many cultures, the dandelion is cherished for its medicinal properties. It's put in salad, it's ground for tea. And more recently, innovators have noticed the benefits of dandelions. Bridgestone Tires recently shared that they are starting to grow dandelions and use them as natural rubber in tires. So as we begin to shift our perspectives on the benefits of dandelions, I think it's time for us to take some notes from our 5-year-old selves on difference and disability. In my 15 years at ESP, I have seen that people with disabilities have unmatched abilities. They have the unique, one-of-a-kind ability to break down barriers. They are unfiltered and untainted. Many individuals have a joy that is transformative. In fact, when we noticed this trend at ESP, we started a social enterprise, and it started with a Kickstarter campaign 2 years ago called Java Joy. The goal, a mobile coffee cart that travels to businesses and organizations run by people with disabilities. We call them Joyristas, as they give away coffee and transformative joy. And I remember one of the first gigs that we were offered. It was a large manufacturing plant. We rolled in the cart at 5:45 a.m., and the first shift's workers began to come in. They looked at the cart with really skeptical faces. I stood there watching, really nervous at the rejection our Joyristas may face. Could this joy transform life's most hardened blue-collar workers? So the first shift's break came, and the employees were drawn to the cart by the poignant smell of well-brewed coffee. Eager for a caffeine boost, they walk up to the cart, and the exchange happened. The Joyristas handed them a warm cup of Jittery Joe's coffee. They smiled at him. They gave him a big hug, and they gave him a little inspirational card with a quote. And then it happened. One by one, those stiff faces started to melt, and those hardened bodies relaxed, and they began to smile in return. The employees came back for their second and their third breaks, many of them skipping out on lunch for the chance for just one more hug. It worked. A barrier was broken down and lives were transformed. We were later told that the employees shared it was their favorite day of work in the history of the years they had worked for their company. The most significant part of a dandelion to me is the spectrum of its life cycle. It starts as a root, it grows into a stem, it buds into a beautiful flower, and as it ages, it turns into a ball of seeds. Its last act in life is to multiply. What we've been able to do at ESP and through Java Joy is capture the ability where most people see disability. And not just capture it and keep it to ourselves, but we've captured it and we've magnified it and we've given it away. We are hoping to help people to shift back to the mindset of their 5-year-old selves, where they see someone with a difference as cool for their abilities, for the goodness they bring to this world. As a 19-year-old, I had no idea what my abilities were. As I failed and worked through a struggling nonprofit, I was challenged to focus more on my abilities than my many disabilities. It has been my greatest honor to spend the last 15 years making the difference in the lives of others as I give those abilities away. So my hope today for you, not just graduates, but everyone in the audience, is this. As you walk in your yard and you see something yellow poking through, see the dandelion not as a weed, but for the beauty that it is and that it can become. Put it in your salad, grind it for tea, or simply pick it in seed form and blow it to make a wish. But more than that, I hope after today that you will look at people with differences for the dandy that they bring to this world. The next time you see someone with a disability in the grocery store or in a restaurant, don't let your trepidation stop you. Take a moment to engage them and experience the joy that they have to offer. Our dear friend and camp counselor, Amy Lee, is a student who would have filled one of these very seats and graduated next to these graduates today. Amy very much viewed individuals with disabilities in this way, with a childlike heart. Today, I am so excited to honor each of you by having a Joyrista Suzanne receive you with a hug or with a high five as you walk on stage. My hope is that you will be inspired to shift your mind to capture the goodness of those around you. Graduates, see people that you work with, the people that you will navigate your life with, people who have different experiences and varied perspectives for their goodness. When you're challenged to evaluate those learning gaps and those who are low performing, do not conform to judgments. See them and admire them for their abilities. Challenge yourself to let a child's perspective be an ongoing inspirational teacher, and inspire yourself to remember the goodness in your own childhood wisdom. But most importantly, I hope that all of us today can find the goodness inside of ourselves. What would a 5-year-old say that your abilities are? And what makes you dandy? Capture that goodness, magnify it, and I hope you'll be inspired and reminded by the dandelion to spend a portion of your life giving that goodness away. Thank you and congratulations.
having earned a master's degree in Career and Information Studies, Deborah Neff Tonks. Bachelor's degrees from the Department of Communication Sciences and Special Education. Lee Preston Griffith. Rachel Louise Hartz. Bradley James Evans. Joseph Byron Hart. Anna Elizabeth Jagers. Savannah Ann Blackman. Andy Margaret Schilling. Brooke Alana Salzman. Alexis Laura Bump. Courtney Lee Hall. Haley Noel Gordon. Sarah Nell Reynolds. Kaylee Ward Azevedo. Timothy Andrew Parker. Brooke Ashley Davis. Audrey Rose Beekhorn. Harper Gail Seymour. Aston Rayford Laird. Sally Jean Choate. Madison Ashley Dwyer. Christina Lourdes Chastain. Hallie Elizabeth Poindexter. Tracy D. Heath. Jordan Elizabeth Bartow. Erin Elizabeth Eads. Elizabeth Larkin Stroud. Morgan Marie Skinner. Anna Elizabeth Lindsay. Carolina Alicia Casero. Courtney Nicole Sumner. Gina McLeod. Shayla Lavon Thomas. Emily Noel Wheat. Allie Wellens Ballard. Peyton Hunter Lack. Madison Page Lester. Aubrey Taylor Bruner. Tamra Haley Braswell. Piper Keeley Demain. Sarah Renee Futch. Molly Josephine Oglesby. Mary Catherine Moreland. Stacy Elizabeth Agadoni. Jeanette Arlene Burks. Grayson Corley Johnson. Trisha Lynn Thames. Alicia Hale Dobbs. Alex Jeffrey Garnto. Grayson Drew Farrow. Erica Combs Boyette. Kara Joy Stein. Haley Beach. Ansley Grace Fettner. Mary Claire Hyacinth Patterson. Alyssa Eva Lee. Cassidy Aaron Blewett. Allison Virginia Womack. Hannah Rebecca Mealer. Jenna Marie Coors. Shelby Lynn Woodrum. Josephine May Fish. Rebecca Ellen Fish. Sydney Lee Force. Madison Nicole Brown. Sydney Jamila Brommuller. Avery Carson Spinks. Mary Kate Barrow Ellington. Lauren Claire Sewell. Julia Kristen Paramore. Jenna Lee Curran. Alyssa Larice Groover. Ashley Lynn Patrick. Savannah Claire Shivers. Amelia Grace Spencer. Tori Isabella Hummel. Golda Ruth Adler. Abigail Gwen Hall. Amanda Gabrielle Goldman. Elizabeth Julia Brown. Perry Bruce West. Courtney Victoria Blank. Ariana Jordan Navarra. Victoria Grace Owens. Cassandra Morgan Phillip. Rachel Marie Zimmerman. Danielle Diana Brooks and Rolo. Lindsay K. Cavender. Taylor Jean Eggett. Shelby Lynn Lawrence. Emily Ann Sear. Campbell Maureen Speed. Mary Elizabeth Good. Abigail Lee Hunt. Samantha Nicole Coulter. Corin Marie Skinner. Sarah Jo Enterkin. Bridget Madison Baldwin. Laura Garrett Muma. Abigail Hannah Whiting. Christine Margaret Aninos. Cody Nicole Smith. Sarah Michelle Williford. Emily Catherine Gary. And having earned master's degrees in the Department of Communication Sciences and Special Education, Alexandria Lee Clanton. Anna Marie Fink. Jenna Marie Freeman. Carly Erin McDaniel. Emily Ann Dutton. Casey Marie Rayborn. Courtney Allison Rockhill. Angel Clark. Jennifer Nicole Smith. Caitlin Scott Reese. Rebecca James Posey. Alexandria Marie Shelley. Sabrina Laura Williams. Miriam Elizabeth Turner. Elizabeth Nicole Gregory. Samantha Jennifer Suss. Victoria Townley Eshelman. And Shaquina Lynn. Having earned master's degrees in counseling and human development services, Akua Ankama Nelson. Jessica Nicole Weed. Shruti Ketan Patel. Monica Quinones. Alexandra Rose Schlechte. Mary Kayla Brooks. Sadie Jane Leathers. Taylor Danielle Reynolds. Wendy Lorena Teo. And Jessica Maria Taylor. Having earned a master's degree in the Department of Educational Psychology, Kamya Vijayanakrishnan. Having earned bachelor's degrees in the Department of Educational Theory and Practice, Jada Shannon Steele. Madison Grace Edwards. Anna Marie Johnson. Jessica Ray Arnold. Christina Page Gorski. Carrie Jo Hardaway. Tiffany Jordan Dye. Abigail Carter Reddick. Brooke Michelle Gatzemeyer. Morgan Barbie Adams. Sarah Nicole Stewick. Lindsay Morgan Upton. Laura Ann Brannon. Jennifer Laura Addison. Christela Nicole Hodge. Rayleigh Elizabeth Arnold. Marlena Lynch. Marianne Miniji Kim. Diana Lopez. Mika Alexis Hicks. Lauren Elizabeth Page. Madeline Nicole Dobbs. Chrislyn Selly Moore. Haley McKinnon Rogers. Emily Marie Hoke. Catherine Frances Mangianti. Erin Michelle Henry. Tawny Anna Bearfield. Courtney Megan Schaefer. Caitlin Page Frame. Catherine Ruth Holcomb. Olivia Lynn Dooley. Ansley Lane Spears. Mason Brooke Burgess. Emily Austin Knudsen. Anna Marie Lambert. Kathleen Rose Blankenbeckler. Heather Allison Whited. Laura Elizabeth Landis. Catherine Elizabeth Payne. Rebecca Caroline Kendall. Claire Ann Gottfried. Alexis Brianna Maltzberger. Gabrielle Augustine Mendez. Aaron Youngblood Harp. Ian Philip Robbins. James Epps Wilson. Lucy Jean D'Angelo. Victoria Brooke Bailey. Autumn Nicole Hutto. Travis Robert Bertkey. Evan Diane Zelnio. Devin Elizabeth Loke. Shelby Lee Argento. Jaquan Davis. Brittany Carter. Jasmine Victoria Bacon. Kara Dawn Dunbar. Haley Ann Tongbai. Caitlin May Roper. Daniela Nicole Maslessa. Callie Brianna Hagerman. Allie Elizabeth Loader. Tara Joanne O'Connor. Paige Morgan Dupuis. Madison Taylor Walsh. Caroline Poitras Deacle. Grace Ashwell Ernst. Grace Rebecca Anderson. Morgan Emily Meyer. Hannah Marie Crow. The next group of students have all earned 2 degrees, a bachelor's and a master's, the College of Education's Double Dogs. Morgan Elise Coca. Hannah Elizabeth Sharp. Ren Marie Ballo. Alicia Danielle Worthy. Emily Ann Pruitt. Cecilia Rose Estrada. Ann Taylor Martin. Ashley Hannah Siegel. Claire Catherine Elizabeth Snyder. Christina Noel Thrower. Janine Mei-Ling Cheng. Kaylin August Zagarola. Chelsea Rain Busbin. Jessica Pulliam Long. Tristan Ogal Phillips. Tara Madison Hinkle. Courtney Lee Phillips. Elizabeth Brooke Hicks. Caitlin Faye Roan. Arian K. Green. Emily Catherine Fisher. Gabrielle Victoria Goodman. Patricia Caroline Dial. Sabah Akbar Amirali. Rosie Paulina Gibbons. Taylor Leanne Strickland. Marie Luz. Sarah Elizabeth Brown. Chenmeng Drong. Haley Marie Rutchow. Jacqueline Anna Sarzan. Sydney Marie Kennedy. And the graduates who have earned master's degrees from the Department of Educational Theory and Practice. Laura Nicole Hopper. Emily Ann Moyers. Morgan Emily Land. Sarah Nicole Thompson. Madison Smith Strickland. Mallory Jean Klisch. Laura Lynn Swald. Carly Anna Alexander. Danica Ashley Nicchio. Caroline Irene Lovelace. Allison Diane Struble. Brandon Mitchell Hill. Mackenzie Bree Matty. Lindsay Nicole Miles. Julia Marie Midday. Kristen Taylor Strout. Vivian Lee Carbonneau. Margaret Lauren Davis. Maggie Ellen Lumpkin. Lauren Juhee Chung. Emma Deneen Kraling. Paige Allison Fearbaugh. Emily Claire Johnson. Melissa Ellen Joyce. Lauren Margaret Watkins. Madison Marjorie Wiebe. Catherine Grace Farmer. Shanice Deandra Bond, and Min Nguyen. Having earned bachelor's degrees from the Department of Kinesiology, Tyler Weaving Farmer. Matthew Lawrence Newborn. Wendy Francis Oshinsky. Stephen Mitchell Shugart. Alexander Stephen Cosper. Sarah Elizabeth Melvin. Allison K. Jones. Marion Rose Bornhorst. Madeline Elizabeth Stafford. Davis Gideon Eisen. Stephen William Jacon. Griffin Dalton Dennison. Zoe Thea Forrester. Danielle Nicole Vitale. Kirsten Lynn Boss. Megan Reed Murray. Brittany Kate DeCamp. Taylor Renee Niles. Rachel Caroline Merkel. Caitlin Alyssa Giddens. Chelsea Marissa Kraft. Sydney Nicole Leverett. Brittany Elizabeth Beckett. Malik Lamonte King. Brianna Nicole Davis. Sarah Catherine Palmer. Russell Scott Morgan Gay. Christina Alexis Hodge. Victoria Lee Everhart. Emma Elizabeth Johnson. Julia Christina Davis. Landon Ellis Vaughn. Stephanie Erin Vermilia. Allison Lee Green. Danielle Renee Phillips. Brianna Nicole Jonigan. Osina Ibe Bunjo. Alexandra Christine Wright. Lauren Elizabeth Loyal Sarna. Shivani Kiran Patel. Vivian Vu. Amy Elizabeth Chambers. Anna Autumn Parks. Corian Durante Lewis Ward. Stephen Hunter Smith. Michael Anthony Briones. Sarah Elizabeth Parr. Jordan Ashley Heithold. Sydney Hamlin Hollingsworth. Mandy Elaine Inlow. Marlise Ann Seafray. Mary Elizabeth Terry. Elijah Thomas Barnes. Robert Paul Fariba. McKinley Hopkins. Erica Danielle Price. Rebecca Morgan Frank. Elise Talent. Brianne Neal Bowden. Mackenzie Carolyn Franklin. Camille Allison Bagwell. Justin Tyler Ferguson. Aaron Davis Auer. Sydney Alexandra Sneed. Keller Thomas Austin. Catherine Margaret Birchfield. Claire Elizabeth Dowling. Corey Nicholas Amick. Lucas Hayden Stone. Christina Bance. Virginia McLean Sullivan. Catherine Jane March. Kevin Joel Mendez. Liam Philip Trainer. Kevin Allen Massey. Thomas James O'Malley IV. Tristan Michael Whitaker. Cameron Alexander Riles. Hannah Grace Schaefer. Ashley Chantal Turner. Dalton Lamar Bynum. Nicole Amaris Morales Perez. Matthew Garrett May. Jessica Nicole Lewis. Mihaela Kancheva. Samuel William Kibildis. Daniel Brian Smith. Olivia Grace Phillips. Ashish Tekara Biju. Akil Gilani. Gianak Jong Tran. Nicole Ann Badell. Linda Tran. McKenna Nicole Gray. Elizabeth Kent Pryor. Haley Marie Pierce. Hannah Elizabeth Taylor. Abigail Madison Jordan. Kyle Christopher Shameko. Anna Catherine Luquire. Madeline Sue Mitchell. Joseph Andrew Rogers. Chris Joseph Bremeyer. Trevor Hamons Deal. John Mitchell Pattison. Samuel Jacob Clay. Joshua Brian Christian. Raylyn McClay Willis. Matthew Tucker Coppage. Peyton Marie Pulver. Sydney Walden Wright. Caroline Claire Esposito. Kelsey Elise Campbell. Alyssa Lynn Tromer. Virginia Lane Cartwright. Victoria Page Wannock. Simon Chang. Savannah Grace Hood. Geraldine Noel Williamson. Gabrielle Monet Lauderdale. Allison Marie Gady. Amy Kathleen Stinnett. Madison Nicole Morgan. Courtney Elissa Raby. Chandler Lynn Royal. Bryce Stephen Knight. Alex Crittle III. Misa Wise. Dhruv Sukesh Patel. Darshan Dilip Patel. Jonathan Walter Kalanick. Bradley Kyle Harris. David Terrell Staller. Jeremiah Friedland. Colby Bellflower DeCesar. Neil Sanjeev Desai. Jordan Janae Gill. Terrence Reyes McHugh. Mallory Elaine Pollock. Jordan Madeline Manning. Nancy Kennedy East. Cameron Brooke Watson. Melissa Ruthann Tincher. Jessica Jean Lewis. Connor William Proctor. Kevin Patrick Davis. Timothy Matthew Villamater. Caroline Marin Smith. Hillary Brooke Waters. Billy Cole Smith. Abigail Carol Niersbach. Julie Ann Shank. Kelsey Renee Rashid. Kayla Ann Close. Edward McMurtry. Derek Hamilton Bell. Hala Mahmood Jibreen. Tyra Janae Holiday. Kendra Michelle Harris. Abigail Hope Deese. Having earned master's degrees from the Department of Kinesiology, Devonair D'Angelo Jackson. Arthur Jason Stewart. Diane Michelle Gutierrez. Katora Orji. And Christopher Lee Sato.
Languages and media at home, at school, and around the world.
Having earned bachelor's degrees from the Department of Language and Literacy Education, Christian Alexander Cordone. Dylan Thomas Diamond. David Ernesto Galindo Castellon. Miranda Nicole Keeney. Claire Elise Duddleston. Ansley Lane Crawford. Kaylin May Boyd. Mary Catherine Akridge. Alexander David Scarborough. Rebecca Mellon Haynes. Emily Raymond Waller. Harley Malin Spears. Bailey Nicole Frederking. Melanie Aston Beatles. Chloe Elizabeth Grimes. Caroline Sonia Sandercock. Katie Marie Tucker. Karina Joanne Sauter. Matthew Cole Donovan. Catherine Saylor Hewler. Lila Rafaela Dorico. Taylor Reagan McElroy. Vera McKay Mitchum. Alexa Marie Schaefer. Brittany Nicole Hayes. Andy Coleridge Brazeley. Elizabeth Ann Humphrey. Kinsey Marie Rubio. Jennifer May Stanton. Having earned master's degrees in the Department of Language and Literacy Education, Stephanie Nicole Lample. Savannah Ruth Sanders. Cammie Megan Bagley. Blanca Estella Rahman. Laura Patricia Harper. Wisnu Agung Pradana. Doina Greku. Lu Zhao. Yibo Dong. Xu Shuang. Sarah Elizabeth Diaz. And Lydia Lim. Having earned a master's degree from the Department of Lifelong Education, Administration, and Policy, Ansley Scott McAllister.
That brings us to our final department, the Department of Mathematics and Science Education. And my home department. Graduates of this department have expertise in curriculum, instruction, assessment, and the use of technology in teaching mathematics and science in pre-K through 12 schools, higher education, and informal education settings,
having earned bachelor's degrees in the Department of Mathematics and Science Education, Cassie Donnelly Coase. Demi Sierra Pfeffer. Ansley Noel McCall. Lacey Lee Stewart. Amanda Suzanne Oakley. Luke Ryland Wilson. Catherine Frances Falk. Lindsay Ann Boozer. Kayla Michelle Rowling. Robert Peter Sakita. Corey Jacob Benson. Towin To Win. Colby Taylor Kicklighter. Kavana Tomisha Epps. Weston Nicholas Warnke. Felixia Marquila Walker. Janisha Janelle Brown. Sujin Choi. Rachel Shannon Hall. Emily Ann Huffman. Catherine Emily Nord. Catherine Colleen Riley. Randall Alexander Priest. And having earned a master's degree in the Department of Mathematics and Science Education, Mohammed Abdul Rafe.
Good afternoon, buenas tardes, and kemcho, faculty, family, friends, and graduates. I am honored to have this opportunity to speak to all of you today. A lot of hard work, tears, and coffee have brought us to this moment. We finally get to be handed this expensive piece of paper. But don't be fooled. This paper tells the world that we received our education from one of the best colleges in the country, the University of Georgia. That's right. I want to start off by saying thank you to the dedicated College of Education faculty and staff for teaching us well and being crucial to our rank as the 36th best college of education in the country. Thank you to our family and friends who have supported us throughout this chapter in our lives. Thank you to my driven and talented classmates for making this college experience memorable. Thank you to Ramsey for making it seem like I was always at the gym working out, when really I was just at class. And finally, thank you to SciLi and MLC for being a reliable second home with the least reliable parking lots. So here's the thing, I'm actually not a teacher preparation student, though I was always cast to be the teacher in our elementary school plays. It was not until my college career where I learned that teachers come in many different forms. One of the most frequent questions I'm asked as an exercise and sports science major is, so why are you in the College of Education? Isn't that for like teachers? I originally just laughed it off, mostly because I myself didn't know why either. But as I started taking my major classes, I slowly learned why College of Education was our best fit. At its core, education is about empowering people through knowledge. Whether it be teaching others how to solve a math problem or how to overcome speech and hearing impairments, we will become the leaders in education, counseling, health and well-being, and movement sciences to make sure that education is inclusive of all, regardless of disability, language, or background. So to everyone who's not wearing a cap and gown today, feel reassured that as we receive our diplomas today, we are leaving this institution as confident, compassionate, and empowered educators. Now, graduates. From move-in day freshman year to graduating in Sanford Stadium tomorrow night, hopefully, I don't know, maybe, we have been through a lot of change. As a class, we have seen the inauguration of a new president, cheered on our beloved coach, Kirby Smart. That's right, give it up for Kirby. I mean, let's go. Have come together when tragedy has struck the UGA community, and have witnessed monumental steps towards achieving equality for all. This is only what has happened in the past 4 years. Imagine what we will live through during the course of our lives. Change is inevitable, so it is important now more than ever to believe in the values we've gained from being a student at this university, and let the skills we've developed here be the constant through it all. However, none of our accomplishments would have been possible if we did not believe in those that we've surrounded ourselves with. Lady Gaga once said, multiple times actually, I think, there can be 100 people in this room, and 99 don't believe in you, but all it takes is the one who does. Though this quote has become a meme this year, I think we can all agree that this graduating class is so lucky to not only have one, but many people in this room believe in them. I want to take this time to thank our families and supporters for celebrating all of our career endeavors and continually inspiring us to raise the standards we have set for ourselves by showing their love like Amy. As we look forward to our future, don't forget the people and the past experiences that have shaped us. Class of 2019, if we can survive community bathrooms, student teaching, defending your thesis, and exercise epidemiology, they know. I think we can pretty much do anything. Although these past 4 years have been pretty great, I am leaving this place feeling like there's more to do and more to learn. I am very excited to see the impact we will make and the lives we will change in the coming years. So, let me leave you on these final parting words of advice. Let the wisdom you've learned in college guide you like how those cute guide dogs guide others. Let's go. Chase after your dreams like how freshman you chased after an orbit at the Tate bus stop. And finally, embrace your future and all the changes that come with it, like how Miss Sandra embraces you in a hug at Snelling. Thank you, everyone, once again, and go Dogs! That's right.
Thank you, Siobhan. At this time, I would like to recognize our graduates who have attained exceptional academic honors. If you are graduating cum laude, please stand. If you are graduating magna cum laude, please stand. And if you are graduating summa cum laude, please stand. Finally, I want to recognize a truly stellar group of students, our first honor graduates who are graduating with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. First honor graduates, please stand. Congratulations to all of you on these outstanding achievements. Everyone has many reasons to be proud today and many reasons to celebrate. I want to take a moment to thank the families and friends who have supported our graduates, and I want to thank the faculty and staff members who in ways both visible and behind the scenes have helped our graduates achieve their goals. In particular, I want to thank the staff members from the Office of Student Services and the Office of Outreach and Engagement who made today's convocation possible. Graduates, you are now alumni of the College of Education. You are a member of a community that includes over 60,000 living alumni. As exemplified by Laura Whitaker, our alumni have gone on to make important contributions in Georgia, the nation, and the world. We look forward to hearing with great pride about the impressive accomplishments and important contributions of the class of 2019. Please stay in touch and let us know about the great things you are doing. We are now going to conclude our ceremony, and I'm going to ask Shivani Patel to return to the podium to lead our new graduates in the time-honored tradition of calling the Dogs.
Go! Guys, this is the last thing we're doing. I know it's a long day. Let's go. One last time. Full energy. This whole audience has to, like, just erupt. I don't know. All right. Go Dogs! Sick 'em! Woo, 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 woo. That's right.